lot of people have problems putting their hands together like that at first. So that's why I showed you easier. It's easy to take all four fingers and grab. You can separate your fingers like that with no problem. Put your thumb in the middle. You can do that with no problem. You're fine. Just separate and that. A lot of people have problems separating their fingers all the time.
Ready?
You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
In the sense that this person's shooting, this guy's throwing punches, this is what we're using as our defense. This is our basic figure eight here. I want this hand available as I see fit for follow-ups. And if I want to get inside the guy's arms, this hand's ready to come inside. If I want to trap an arm, I need this hand ready to engage and start trapping his arm and do other things. Same thing if this hand's coming in, I'm doing this. I need this hand ready to engage. I don't want this hand already occupied, now I don't have anything ready to go. So this guy's shooting, start with the right, he's shooting right, and I go, okay, this is how I get a hold of this arm. And now you have stuff you do to the guy from here. Well, this guy's shooting the left, I watch the left come in, same thing. This here, this hand's ready to engage. And now we have things we work from here. So this hand is your backup hand. Whenever possible, this is your defense. This is your front hand. It's just like sword fighting and fencing. This is your defensive hand. This is the backup. Okay, fine. Same thing in boxing. You know, boxing, kickboxing. This is what we use to test the range. And then when we find the range, boom. This is when we come in and use the backup weapon. Now, what if we want to shortcut this? I don't have time. This guy wants to box with me. I see he's got buddies over here in the corner, and he's got other buddies over here. And it's like, okay, I need to get this guy off of me so I can sprint and practice run through to get away from his buddies. You guys know the technique, thrusting wedge. If not, I'll show it for the ones that don't know it. This person does a two-hand push, and we go, okay, get the hands out of the way and go into the face. And then from here we have our elbow, our claw, and everything else that we work on. Worst case scenario, this guy's throwing punches, you don't know what's coming. You tuck and you shell like thrusting wedge. And you just run in and you get this position from here. And then we have several follow-ups we're going to work on. Who in here knows locking horns? That's a technique we have against a standard front headlock. Different places show it against a different attack. Some places show it against the guy grabbing us like this. Some places show it against the guy grabbing us like this. Anybody that watches those mixed martial arts competitions they have on TV all the time now is familiar with a choke they call the guillotine choke. Guillotine choke is basically you have the guy's head under your armpit. This arm is across the throat. The backup hand comes in again. You arch your back to execute the choking pressure. Now you can do it with the blade of the arm, or you can get the arm in deeper and pull this hand up higher and do it with the crook of the elbow. The only problem with this choke is the choke takes anywhere from 3 seconds to 9 seconds to 15 seconds to put somebody unconscious. I don't know about you guys, but 9 to 15 seconds is a long time for me, especially when I'm sitting here with both hands occupied and not wearing my trusty cup that I wear when I wear this uniform. And I'm standing here trying to choke this guy out, put him to sleep, and he's got 2 free hands and a very available target. So I want something that's going to end the fight now. From this position that we worked earlier, doesn't matter how we get here. You have a hold of this person's neck. This is why I said to insert the knee. You want to tuck this person's head under, and it's just like going for the guillotine. But instead, I'm going to take my fist, take my knuckles on my thumb, and I'm going to turn his head sideways. I want his neck at an angle. I'm going to grab his shoulder here and grab my wrist here. This is not a choke. This is a neck crank. If I straighten up, I take his neck out of place. This fight is finished. This guy is not walking right again. That's if I want to be nice, I straighten up. And if I want to be mean, I snap him down first and then pull it up to make his weight start to drop. And I go, okay, fine. Or I just stay here and kick him to make his body crump down as I pull up. But that's the whole we're going to work on. Be careful. You can see my brother's neck at a very odd angle. That's what we're looking for. This here, this is comfortable. He has no problem sitting here like this. If I keep his head the same height and just turn his jaw, notice his shoulder starts to come up to relieve the pressure. That's why I said you do this. This hand says keep your shoulder down. This right here is enough. See, this right here is enough to make him want to tap. Just pushing his shoulder back down. Now I push the shoulder down and lift the head up.
Is it at the same angle as a noose?
Say again?
Is it at the same angle as hanging?
Yes, if you ever saw someone get hung and they're finished, that's the same angle that their neck is at.
And you have his head underneath your armpit?
So his head is underneath the armpit. This is what's keeping his head in there.
All right, that's what I thought.
You can also sit here. If you start to lose the guy, you cup this chin here and you got a good grip of this guy's head. You got that free backup hand again. You can sit here and nail the guy with. Aim for his temple, his eye socket, or whatever. You have all the vital targets that we constantly aim for. You got a free hand sitting here. All the torque in the world to drive into this shot. And then if the other hand starts to come into play again, you go, okay, fine, we have a backup weapon. You guys remember last time, we hooked the foot, took the guy down. This time we take it down and have his neck in there as well. Any questions on that one? Concerns, comments? I see a whole lot of concern.
That could be my neck.
Give it a shot. Be very, very gentle on the neck. Sir.
So pay attention to your partner.
Be gentle with his chin.
Okay, no double joints, double hand.
Step trying to snap him on it. When you snap on it, you do this. I do this and I lift my elbow. What I do is I lift my elbow up since your head goes under. Once the head goes under, this hand comes in. So I say, put my elbow down, because I don't want to pull in. I don't want to take myself again. Okay, pull down. This hand stays here as a barrier. This comes across the jaw like this. And I step back. I grab this, grab the shoulder, and I'll pull the shoulder back down as I talk. From here, I lift my hips up and into it. This is what I'm saying. You notice whatever you do to relieve pressure, stand up. Oh, that's it. You can't stand up to relieve the pressure because you have your knee on. So you can't just stand up. Now you put the pressure on his body, there's nowhere to go. You can't get up. You can't just do this. He's stuck sitting down. Now you just do this. Watch a boxing match? Anybody ever seen boxing or ever seen any kind of fight? Any kind of fight?
Yeah. I just watched the videos last night.
Seriously trying to fight with their back turned. It's very hard to do. The arms and the legs just don't naturally go that way. Plus you can't see anything. Well, the whole point is I want to get behind the guy and work from there. We're going to start off the right hand. The last time I was here, I showed you guys from 5 swords from your uppercut to reach underneath and grab the tricep and pull the arm across. That puts you behind the person, and it also puts you back into playing with their neck. The whole theme last time was I want to get a hold of the person's neck. That's still my thing. That comes from my cross-referencing with jiu-jitsu. I did a lot of jiu-jitsu besides Kenpo. I found out that there are guys out there that got big giant arms and real strong. There's guys out there that got big legs and real strong. I've yet to meet the guy yet where if I put enough pressure on his neck, he still wants to fight with me. Or if I put a chokehold on the guy, he doesn't go to sleep. I've yet to find a guy. I've heard of guys that you can put them in a choke and they don't go to sleep. Please, please send them to me. I want to see this personally. I've never seen it. I want to see the guy I can put a hold on and he just looks at me. I'm not doing it. So my thing is still to go get to the guy's neck. Now, the last time I said if the guy wants to hurt you, he has to give you something to do it. What does he have to give you? What's the one common thing that no matter what the guy does to attack you, he has to give you something?
He has to give you some kind of opening to throw an attack, some kind of punch.
He's got to give you an opening, but to give you an opening, he's got to give you something else.
A weapon is
He's
a
got to give
leg
you a
and
limb.
arm.
As I said last time, he has to give you a weapon. If he wants to hurt me, he can't just stare at me and get the information out of me just by looking at me. Or, you know, here, give me your wallet. It's not going to